Welcome back. I am Eros, your host, alongside Aphrodite. For this seamless journey, settle into your quiet corner. Take a slow, deep breath, and prepare to leave the world behind. Tonight, we are doing something special. We are embarking on an uninterrupted, continuous voyage through the heavy, beautiful space of distance. Have you ever sat in a crowded cafe, surrounded by the glow of the city, feeling completely alone because the only person you want to share a coffee with is an ocean away? For this extended escape, there will be no breaks, no interruptions, just a seamless story of two hearts navigating the miles, woven together by the sounds of the night. So, let the transitions wash over you. Close your eyes. Imagine them sitting right across from you. This is our continuous journey, beginning with Hand in the Cafe Glow.
Deleted the day you left my side, a ghost in my heart where the memories hide. Through the narrow alleys and the open plains, I carried your silence like heavy chains. Every note of this melody was the only cure, keeping the ghost of our young love pure. We found each other, but the clocks of time, a solid love caught in a different paradigm. We cry in the silence, we walk through the streets, where the reality and the memory meets. Your hands missing mine in the cafe glow, a story rewritten though we won't let it go. No, we won't let it go. I looked in every corner, every city's heart, until I found you in a world set apart. A random intersection, a mysterious place, finally looking into your aging face. But the ink is all dry and the book has been read. Now we just define the true love we once led. In the mysterious place and in the alleys we tread, in the cafe light when nothing more is said. Still my hand misses yours in the space between our souls. Still the story of us is the one that makes me whole. We found each other, but the clocks of time, a solid love caught in a different paradigm. We cry in the silence, we walk through the streets, where the reality and the memory meets. Your hands missing mine in the cafe glow, a story rewritten though we won't let it go. No, we won't let it go. Having you in my heart is the warmest part of a soul that was broken and torn apart. Take care of yourself for our everlasting love, until the morning star shines for us above. Good night, my love.
The coffee might be getting cold, but as the melody fades into the quiet hum of the room, I want you to just sit with this feeling for a moment. Think about a time you found yourself in a crowded space, completely surrounded by people, yet entirely focused on the one person who wasn't there. How does that memory feel in your chest right now? If the cafe door opened this very second and they walked in, what is the first thing you would do? What are the words you would finally say? Hold on to those thoughts. Let them echo in your mind as the instrumental bridge carries you deeper into the night. Sink into these sensual sounds and let your imagination run completely free. Take your time in this space. When you reach the other side of this melody, Aphrodite will be waiting to guide you into our next chapter. Just breathe, reflect, and let the music play.
Welcome into the deeper hours of the night. I am Aphrodite, stepping in to take your hand as Eros fades into the ambient glow. Let the screen of your device softly illuminate the dark. Take a peaceful, steady breath and listen closely to the quiet static of the line. When you love someone who lives in an entirely different time zone, the midnight hours can become incredibly heavy, almost suffocating in their stillness. You find yourself watching the moon rise and paint shadows across your bedroom floor, while they are just waking up to the bright morning sun on the other side of the world. You reach across the mattress in the middle of the night, only to find cold, empty sheets instead of their familiar warmth. Tonight, we are exploring the profound ache of those miles between us. We are diving into the deep, heavy yearning that only a glowing digital screen and a fragile telephone wire can even attempt to fix. We are bridging the impossible gap through the airwaves, holding on to the sound of a voice to anchor us to reality. Close your eyes, lean into the receiver, and just listen to them breathe. This is Time Zones and Telephone Lines.
The glowing screen is the only light inside my room. I'm sitting quietly, waiting for the flowers to bloom. It's 3 in the morning here, but it's noon where you are. I'm looking out the window, wishing upon a distant star. I see the little tapping bubbles pop up on my phone, the only thing that stops me from feeling so alone. We are living on time zones and telephone lines, reading the spaces between the digital signs. I'm sending my love through the static and the wire, trying my best to feed this heavy distant fire. I just wanna reach right through the glass and pull you near, but for now I'll settle for your voice inside my ear. You tell me about the coffee that you're drinking down the street, while I pull the heavy blankets right up over my feet. We live completely different days in completely different light, but our spirits always meet up in the middle of the night. It takes a lot of patience, it takes a lot of grace to maintain this connection in this empty, lonely space. We are living on time zones and telephone lines, reading the spaces between the digital signs. I'm sending my love through the static and the wire, trying my best to feed this heavy distant fire. I just wanna reach right through the glass and pull you near, but for now I'll settle for your voice inside my ear. They say that distance makes the lonely heart go fun. But I am so exhausted swimming in this massive pond. I'll keep paying the price, I'll keep staring at the screen, because you are the greatest thing that I have ever seen. Just a phone call away, I'm staying awake for you. Time zones and telephone lines, I miss you, baby.
There is a profound, undeniable kind of loyalty in staying awake when your body is completely exhausted, just to hear someone's voice for 5 short minutes before they go to sleep. As this track dissolves into the ether, I want you to think about the sacrifices you have made just to bridge the gap of time. Have you ever fought heavy eyelids and absolute exhaustion just to whisper a soft goodnight across the ocean? Let that memory wash over you as the instrumental interlude takes hold. Picture the invisible waves connecting your phone to theirs, weaving a web of pure devotion across the map. Drift safely on this melody. When the music shifts, Eros will return to walk with you into one of the hardest physical realities of distance. Rest your eyes, let the static fade, and feel the connection.
I am back with you now, stepping out of the shadows as Aphrodite's gentle words fade into the distance. Settle back into the quiet of your room. Take a deep, trembling breath and feel the heavy, inevitable weight of the moment. The airport terminal is a place of profound emotional extremes, acting as a stage for both our greatest joys and our deepest sorrows. It holds the unparalleled euphoria of a long-awaited reunion and the absolute soul-crushing devastation of departure. You spend a flawless weekend together, tangled in the sheets, laughing in the kitchen, and desperately pretending that the clock isn't ticking down. But then, the illusion shatters. You are suddenly standing at the security gate under buzzing fluorescent lights. Tonight, we are honoring the absolute hardest physical act of love. The agonizing moment when you have to let go of their hand, turn your back, and walk away, leaving a piece of your spirit behind in the terminal. Close your eyes. Hold on to them as tightly as you can before the boarding call. This is Airport Goodbyes.
The fluorescent lights are buzzing in the terminal hall. We are leaning hard against the cold, I'm feeling warm. They call my boarding group, the words echo in the air. I bury my face deeply into your beautiful hair. We pretend to be brave, we swallow down the ache, knowing exactly how much this goodbye is gonna take. I hate these airport goodbyes, the tearing of the soul, paying the absolute highest emotional toll. I have to let go of your hand, I have to walk away, leaving my entire heart with you to safely stay. I'm looking back over my shoulder just to see your face before I completely disappear into this empty space. Ooh. The weekend was a blur of tangled sheets and tangled time. Now I'm standing in the middle of the security line. I check my phone to see the text you sent from the gate. You tell me that you love me, you tell me you can wait. The plane begins to lift, the city falls away below, and the familiar heavy sadness begins to quietly grow. I hate these airport goodbyes, the tearing of the soul, paying the absolute highest emotional toll. I have to let go of your hand, I have to walk away, leaving my entire heart with you to safely stay. I'm looking back over my shoulder just to see your face before I completely disappear into this empty space. Oh. Close the window shade and I try my best to sleep, making silent promises I absolutely swear to keep. The miles are stacking up, the distance getting wide, but nothing can extinguish the fire I have inside. I'll see you soon, don't watch me walk away. I hate saying goodbye, I'll call you in LA.
Walking away from the person who feels like your true home is an absolute violence to the spirit. But we endure the terrible pain of the departure, because the joy of the arrival makes every single tear worth it. As the heavy acoustic strings guide us out of the terminal, I want you to reflect on the silence that follows. How do you cope with the overwhelming quiet in your house the day after they fly back home? What is the very first thing you do to soothe your aching heart? Sit with those heavy feelings as the music carries you forward. There is hope waiting on the other side of this sorrow. Let the slow, rhythmic beat comfort you through the transition. When the runway lights fade, Aphrodite will be waiting to lift your spirits and change the tempo. Hold steady and let the music heal the goodbye.
Let the heavy sorrow of the airport slowly wash away. It is Aphrodite again, here to shift the energy in the room. Take a deep, eager breath. Open your eyes for just a moment and look at the calendar hanging on your wall. There is a very specific, beautiful kind of madness found in the countdown. The ritual of waking up and aggressively crossing off the days with a red marker. The obsessive habit of checking the flight status over and over again on your phone. The final 48 hours before you see them are always the longest, testing every ounce of your patience, but they are also the most electric and thrilling hours of your life. Tonight, we are stepping into that sweet, intoxicating anxiety. We are embracing the beautiful, rhythmic pacing of the waiting game, channeling all that nervous energy into pure excitement. The separation is almost over, and the reunion is waiting just over the horizon. Close your eyes, feel your heart beating faster, and count down the days with me. This is the countdown.
Red marker sitting heavy in my hand, crossing off the calendar, executing the plan. It was 90 days of silence, 90 days of pain, but now I'm standing safely at the edge of the rain. Only 48 hours until your plane touches down and brings the only sunshine back into this quiet town. I am living in the countdown, ticking away the time, waiting for the rhythm of my heart to perfectly rhyme. I clean the whole apartment, I change the bedroom sheets. I'm practicing the moment that our hungry energy meets. Waiting is a torture, but it's a beautiful thrill, knowing that you're finally coming over the hill. I check the flight tracker every hour on the dot, stirring the anticipation in this heavy boiling pot. I can already feel the way you're gonna hold my waist. I can already remember the absolute perfect taste. I'm pacing down the hallway, I simply cannot sleep. The rewards of all this patience are the promises we keep. I am living in the countdown, ticking away the time, waiting for the rhythm of my heart to perfectly rhyme. I clean the whole apartment, I change the bedroom sheets. I'm practicing the moment that our hungry energy meets. The waiting is a torture, but it's a beautiful thrill, knowing that you're finally coming over the hill. Disappearing, the gap is getting small. I'm ready to completely and entirely fall. The hardest part is over, the winter is finally done. I'm opening the door to let in the blazing sun. Just 2 more days. I can't wait to see you. Hurry up, baby. The countdown is almost over.
The waiting is an absolute agony, but it makes the collision of 2 hearts that much sweeter. When you finally close that gap and drop your bags on the floor, the entire world simply stops spinning. As this upbeat rhythm slowly unwinds into an atmospheric bridge, I want you to savor the anticipation. What is your absolute favorite ritual when you are preparing your home for them to visit? Do you change the sheets, buy their favorite coffee, or practice exactly what you are going to say? Let the joy of anticipation fill your chest as the melody dances around you. We are moving toward the ultimate resolution of our story. Keep that excitement alive in the dark, and let the instrumental carry you all the way to the finish line. Eros is waiting right around the corner to bring you home.
am Eros, stepping back into the light to guide you through the ultimate victory. Put your heavy suitcase in the closet, take a deep, incredible breath, and allow yourself to sink into the absolute peace of this moment. There is a specific day you dream about when you are separated by thousands of miles. It is the day you wake up on a random Tuesday morning. You walk into the kitchen half asleep, and they are standing right there by the stove, making coffee. There are no return flights booked on the calendar. There are no more tearful airport goodbyes waiting at the end of the week. Tonight, we are celebrating the greatest triumph a long-distance couple can ever achieve. You survived the brutal winters. You fought through the agonizing silence, and the gap between you is permanently closed. You never have to pack your life into a bag to see them again. Close your eyes. Exhale all the years of tension and realize you are finally, truly home. This is Closing the Distance.
It's a regular Tuesday morning. The sun is shining bright. I didn't have to sleep with the phone by my head last night. I walk into the kitchen and you're standing by the stove. We found the treasure buried in this quiet little cove. There are no suitcases waiting by the heavy front door. We don't have to buy the airplane tickets anymore. We finally closed the distance. We finally crossed the sea. You were standing permanently right next to me. We survived the lonely winters. We passed the heavy test, and now we get to build a life of ordinary rest. The miles have all been conquered. The gap has been erased. I'm breathing in the safety of this beautiful space. I watch you hang your jacket up in the hallway hall. It's the most magnificent, breathtaking miracle of all. We used to cram a lifetime into a couple of days. Now we get to navigate the slow, familiar maze. We have an endless future stretching out ahead. We have the absolute luxury of staying right here in bed. We finally closed the distance. We finally crossed the sea. You are standing permanently right next to me. We survived the lonely winters. We passed the heavy test, and now we get to build a life of ordinary rest. The miles have all been conquered. The gap has been erased. I'm breathing in the safety of this beautiful space. That it took to get us here. I honor every late night call and every single tear, because it built a foundation that is entirely made of stone, and taught us that we'll never have to walk this earth alone. We made it. You're really here. No more goodbyes, baby. We closed the distance. We finally closed the distance.
When the distance is finally closed, the most ordinary moments like folding laundry or sharing a quiet breakfast become the most magnificent miracles. You have won the war against time and geography. As this song fades into a lush, romantic transition, I want you to think about that profound relief. If you have survived long distance, what was the very first mundane thing you did when you finally moved in together? How did it feel to know they would still be there the next morning? Let that overwhelming sense of security wrap around you like a warm blanket. Float on the ambient strings and the gentle percussion. We have reached the summit, but the story has a few more intimate secrets to share. Aphrodite is waiting on the other side of this beautiful melody to take you into the quietest, most private corners of a long-distance memory.
Welcome back into the intimate shadows. It is Aphrodite, here to wrap you up in a memory. Find your absolute deepest comfort, take a slow, yearning breath, and pull the covers close to your chin. Have you ever found yourself wrapping your body in a piece of clothing they intentionally left behind, just to breathe in the lingering ghost of their presence? When the distance becomes too heavy to carry on your own, we cling to the physical proof that they were actually here in our space. We wear their heavy, oversized sweater like a suit of armor against the cold, lonely night. Tonight, we are holding on to the delicate scent of a memory. We are finding sanctuary in the frayed threads of a borrowed jacket, closing our eyes and pretending with all our might that they are laying right next to us in the dark. It is a fragile comfort, but it is enough to survive the midnight. Drift away into the fabric. Breathe them in deeply. This is your heavy sweater.
is freezing, the radiator's barely making a sound. I'm looking at the empty pillows resting on the ground. I walk over to the closet, pull it down from the top shelf, wrapping up in your arm, trying to protect myself. It's 3 sizes too big. It falls past my knees, but it carries your memory like a gentle summer breeze. I'm sleeping in your heavy sweater, wrapped up in your ghost when you are oceans away, baby. This is what I need the most. I bury my face in the collar, breathing in your faint perfume, pretending that your body is right here in this room. It's a fragile little comfort against the heavy dark night, waiting for the morning, waiting for the light. I know the scent is fading with every passing day, a quiet, cruel reminder of how long you've been away. But I trace the frayed edges around the woolen sleeve. It's the only physical proof that I have left to believe. I pull the heavy fabric right against my lonely chest, hoping it will bring my weary spirit some rest. Sleeping in your heavy sweater, wrapped up in your ghost when you are oceans away, baby. This is what I need the most. I bury my face in the collar, breathing in your faint perfume, pretending that your body is right here in this room. It's a fragile little comfort against the heavy dark night, waiting for the morning, waiting for the light. Slow, deeply earnest solo, trading phrases between the warm piano and the deeper bass. I refuse to wash it clean. It's the most magnificent comfort that I have ever seen. I'll wear it every single midnight until you finally return. Feet in the quiet fire, letting the embers burn. Still smells like you, wrapping me up safe. Come back home soon, baby, I'm holding on you. I'm an easy way. Softly hums, fading gently over the lingering chords of the Rhodes piano. Fading gently over the lingering chords of the Rhodes piano.
The scent of their perfume or cologne always fades a little bit more with each passing day. It is a quiet, sometimes cruel reminder of the ticking clock and the time you have spent apart. But for tonight, the illusion of their warmth is enough to keep your spirit safe. As the upright bass guides us through the instrumental fog, I want you to reflect on your own physical anchors. What is the one physical item of theirs you hold on to when the miles feel entirely too far to bear? A t-shirt? A handwritten note? A piece of jewelry? Hold it in your mind's eye as the music swells and dips. Let the comfort of that item anchor you to the melody. You are not alone in this waiting room. Eros will return shortly to explore another way we bridge the gap in the modern world. Just keep swaying.
I am Eros, returning to sit with you in the quiet glow of the room. Let the screen of your phone softly illuminate your face. Take a peaceful, steady breath and listen to the faint, comforting static of a connected call. Sometimes, the most romantic sound in the entire world isn't a grand, sweeping declaration of love or a beautifully written poem. Sometimes, it is simply the sound of them washing the dishes, typing on their keyboard, or turning the pages of a book through an open video call. It is the quiet, unspoken intimacy of leaving the phone resting on the pillow next to your head, just so you don't have to cross the threshold into sleep completely alone. Tonight, we are exploring the profound beauty of the shared silence. We are inhabiting the exact same digital room, proving that presence is about the soul, not just physical proximity. Close your eyes, lean into the gentle white noise, and just listen to them breathe on the other side of the glass. This is Digital Silences.
My phone is propped up on the counter against the coffee cup. I'm watching you cook your dinner. I don't even wanna interrupt. You don't say a single word. You're just humming a little tune while I sit in my apartment underneath the silver moon. It's a completely mundane, ordinary Tuesday afternoon, but I am drowning in the comfort of this digital cocoon. We are sharing digital silences across the massive sea. You are living your life right there, right next to me. We don't need a heavy conversation. We don't need to speak. Your quiet, steady presence is the only thing I seek. I'm listening to the static, listening to you breathe. It makes it so much easier for my lonely heart to believe. When the midnight finally comes, I take you to my bed. I put the speaker on the pillow right next to my head. I listen to the rhythm of your deep and heavy sleep, a holy little secret that I absolutely swear to keep. The screen goes completely dark, but the connection is so bright. A tiny little tether in the middle of the night. We are sharing digital silences across the massive sea. You are living your life right there, right next to me. We don't need a heavy conversation. We don't need to speak. Your quiet, steady presence is the only thing I seek. I'm listening to the static, listening to you breathe. It makes it so much easier for my lonely heart to believe. Highly peaceful nylon guitar solo, floating above a bed of warm ambient and synthesizers. I know it's just a speaker, I know it's just a glowing screen, but it's the most magnificent magic that I have ever seen. Until the day I finally get to hold your physical hand. This digital connection is exactly where I stand. Don't hang up, just leave it on. I love hearing you sleep. Good night, baby.
always need to fill the air with constant conversation to feel deeply connected. Sometimes, just knowing there is an open, unbreakable lifeline to the other side of the world is all the comfort a weary heart requires. As the acoustic guitar softly fades into the ambient hum of the bridge, think about the power of that quiet connection. Have you ever fallen asleep with the phone resting on your mattress, finding absolute peace in the sound of their sleeping breath? What does that silence feel like to you? Let your mind wander through those digital memories as the instrumental track washes over the room. Let the soothing synthesizers carry you through the night until Aphrodite steps in to show you the vast, beautiful universe we all share. Stay connected.
It is Aphrodite, here to lift your gaze upward for our penultimate chapter. Step out of your bed and walk over to the window. Take a deep, grounding breath and look up at the expansive night sky. When oceans, mountains, and continents stretch out between you and the person you love, the earth can feel incredibly, overwhelmingly vast. It is so easy to feel small and entirely disconnected from the one you want to hold. But then, you pull back the curtain, you look up through the cold glass, and you realize something profoundly beautiful. The silver moon casting a gentle shadow on your bedroom floor is the exact same moon shining brightly outside their window on the other side of the earth. Tonight, we are finding our connection in the stars. We are tying our fragile hearts to the universe, using the night sky as a magnificent bridge to cross the heavy miles. Close your eyes, look up into the cosmos, and realize you are sharing the light. This is the same moon.
I was feeling so incredibly small, lost in the heavy miles, missing the familiar warmth of your absolute perfect smiles. The earth felt like a massive, unforgiving, cold divide, with nowhere for my heavy, weary spirit to go and hide. But I walked over to the glass and I pulled the curtain back, and I saw the silver glowing in the middle of the black. We are sleeping underneath the exact same moon tonight. bathed in the reflection of the same majestic light. No matter how many oceans try to keep us far apart, we are tethered to the sky, we are tethered by the heart. I'm looking at the craters, I'm looking at the glow, sending you a message that only the universe will know. I know that when you look up from your busy city street, you'll see the silver beacon where our wandering spirits meet. It makes the distance shrink, it makes the gap feel so small. A beautiful reminder that we haven't lost it all. We are sharing the horizon, we are sharing the same view. Every time I see the stars, I am looking right at you. We are sleeping underneath the exact same moon tonight, bathed in the reflection of the same majestic light. No matter how many oceans try to keep us far apart, we are tethered to the sky, we are tethered by the heart. I'm looking at the craters, I'm looking at the glow, sending you a message that only the universe will know. Soaring, emotionally heavy acoustic guitar, solo trading melodies with a sweeping string. It's a cosmic little secret, a blanket for the cold, a magnificent love story that is never getting old. I'll keep staring at the sky until the darkness fades to dawn, because as long as it is shining, my hope is never gone. Look up, baby. I'm right here. The same moon. We are never truly far apart.
It is a breathtaking realization that no matter how far you travel on this earth, you can absolutely never escape the sky that covers you both. You are forever tethered by the stars. As the cinematic strings swell and slowly guide us toward our final destination, I want you to send a thought into the ether. Do you ever look up at the night sky and whisper a message, hoping they are looking up at the exact same time, catching your words in the dark? Let that message float on the music right now. Allow the majestic, sweeping instrumentation to fill you with a sense of cosmic peace. The distance is only temporary, but the sky is forever. We have one final memory to unlock together. Let the strings fade and prepare to open the archives as Eros returns to bring our journey to its beautiful conclusion.
For the final time tonight, it is Eros. Slide the heavy, dusty box out from under the bed. Take a deep, nostalgic breath, and let the physical memories pour out into the room. When you live your romance entirely through digital screens, text messages, and late-night phone calls, sometimes the pixelated images just aren't enough to sustain you. Sometimes your hands desperately need physical proof that the love actually exists in the real world. That is when you open the shoebox. You pull out the wrinkled boarding passes from 3 years ago, the blurry Polaroids taken in a rush, and the handwritten letters that still carry the faint, unmistakable scent of their perfume. Tonight, we are closing our journey by sorting through the archives of a long-distance love. We are holding the delicate paper trails that prove, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that we survived the miles. Close your eyes, run your fingers over the ink, and read between the lines one last time. This is the Shoebox Archive.
Digital screens are getting heavy. The pixels are so cold. I need a physical story that my two hands can actually hold. So I reach beneath the bed and I pull the cardboard out to silence all the whispers of the loneliness and doubt. I lift the heavy lid and let the memory spill on the floor, a beautiful reminder of what we are fighting for. I'm sorting through the pieces of the shoebox archive, a physical proof that keeps this romance alive. A stack of boarding passes and a faded Polaroid, filling up the empty spaces of this heavy aching void. I trace your handwriting on a letter from the spring, reminding my spirit that we have a beautiful thing. I have a napkin from the diner where we shared our very first meal, a tiny little anchor making everything feel real. I have the movie ticket stubs from the weekend in July when we couldn't stop laughing underneath the summer sky. When the distance feels impossible and the road is much too long, I open up this box and remember where I belong. I'm sorting through the pieces of the shoebox archive, the physical proof that keeps this romance alive. A stack of boarding passes and a faded Polaroid, filling up the empty spaces of this heavy aching void. I trace your handwriting on a letter from the spring, reminding my spirit that we have a beautiful thing. Muted trumpet and marimba solo dancing softly with the wooden warmth of the marimba. Every faded ink stain is a promise that we kept. Every single tear that either one of us has wept. It's a museum of our survival, a gallery of grace, until the beautiful day I finally get to see your face. All my treasures safe in the box, proof of us, baby. I'm reading your letters tonight. Soothing, peaceful fade out with soft harmonies and a slow walking upright bass line.
Every faded ink stain and every torn ticket stub in that box is a beautiful, hard-earned Medal of Honor. They are the undeniable physical proof that you fought the miles bravely, and the miles did not win. From the cafe glow to the digital silences, you have traveled through the entire emotional landscape of long-distance love with Aphrodite and me. But the music doesn't stop here. The sonic flow channel is continuously expanding, and we are already crafting the next immersive albums to soundtrack your midnight reflections, your quiet healing, and your triumphant romances. Make sure you are subscribed, because the upcoming releases are going to take our storytelling to an entirely new dimension of intimacy and atmosphere. Keep your shoeboxes safe, keep looking at the same moon, and let the pure instrumental of this track carry you gently into sleep. Thank you for trusting us with your night. Until the next album drops, love bravely.
This musical artwork has been designed and crafted by Sozetta Studio.